Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. This is Books and Tea and all things me, and I am so excited that you are here today. Today I am filming my November TBR, and I am so excited because I have some really great books to share with you this month, and I'm also doing 3 buddy reads, which is like crazy. I don't know how that happened. I just asked a couple people and someone asked me, and now I'm doing 3 buddy reads, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm very excited. I'm going to start with the books that I'm going to be reading on my own this month, and then I will end with the buddy reads because I want to make sure that I shout out the people that I'm buddy reading with and just give myself enough time to really tell you about everything, and also because it's the most exciting part, so let's leave it for the end. Okay, let's get started. So the first book that you probably already know that I'm reading if you watched my October wrap-up is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, and I started this book at the end of October, and I actually finished it already. It's the 3rd today when I'm filming, so I did finish it on the 1st of November, but I'm not going to tell you about it until my wrap-up. Basically, it's about a teenage girl who writes love letters to all the boys that she's loved before, and it's kind of her way of saying goodbye to them, but she never sends the letters out until one day they get mysteriously sent out, and basically it's just the story of her dealing with the consequences of that happening, and it's so cute. The family dynamics in this book are great as well, and that's something that I had heard before I went into it, but I'm already talking about it. I'm just gonna stop. You should read this though, if you haven't already. The second book is Fire Study by Maria V. Snyder, and this is the second book in the Poison Study series. I started this series in September. I think I read the first 2 in September. Really loved them. I believe I gave them both 5 stars. I love this series. I'm so excited to get into this 3rd and final book in the trilogy, and Valak. So excited for more Valak. The 3rd book is Night Circus by Eric Morgenstern, and I'm so excited for this book. I've heard so many good things about this. I don't really even know that much about it except that it's about a circus that takes place at night. I just know that there are a ton of people who gave this 5 stars, who absolutely love this, who said it was their best read in a long time or best read of the year. So many good things have been said about this book, so I really cannot wait to read this one. The 4th book, which is sort of a summary read, but I'm reading it this month anyway, is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, and ever since I picked up To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I've been in kind of a contemporary mood. I just enjoyed the fluff, so I'm reading another fluffy book, and basically this is about 2 friends. One of them disappears, and she leaves a sort of to-do list or a bucket list for her friend, and the friend goes out and completes them, I think, and it's just all about things that are sort of outside of her comfort zone that she goes and does while she's searching for her lost friend. I think I got that right, but anyways, it should be really cute. I've heard Morgan Matson is an amazing author, and I'm really excited to read this. The 5th book is The Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan, and this is the 3rd book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. You already know what this series is about, I'm sure. If you don't, watch some of my other videos. I've talked about them a lot. I love these so far. I'm really excited to keep going with this series, and just to make my brother happy, I'm reading his copy, which is so beat up, but that's okay. I'm really excited. If my camera moved a little bit just now, I'm sorry. My camera stopped recording and I had to fix it, but anyways. Okay, so the 6th book that I'm going to be reading / finishing this month is one that I started back in September, and I'm leading a Bible study group at my church, and this is the book that we're doing. It's part of a study, but you can read this on its own. It is a Christian nonfiction book, and it is called The Best Yes by Lisa Turkers. This book is really good. It is about making wise decisions, saying no to the things that don't really matter in life and saying yes to the things that do, and just developing your best yes, which is sort of like your soul thing, your thing that puts you into a better position in life and just draws you into a better relationship with Christ. So if you are a Christian, I highly recommend this book. The next 2 books that I'm going to be reading this month are actually books from NetGalley. And if you're not familiar with what NetGalley is, it is a website where you can download free ebooks in exchange for an honest review, and it's usually books that are soon to be released or just have been released. And yeah, there's some really good options on there. I got approved for 3 already, and I've not really ever even done this before, so I'm gonna be reading 2 of them this month because they come out in the month of November. And the first one is called Sugar Skulls, and it's by Lisa Mantichev. I hope I said that right. And I started reading this one already actually, and it's really interesting so far. Basically the storyline is, it's a dual perspective book. It's told from the point of view of this girl named V, and she sings in this band called the Sugar Skulls. And then the other perspective is from this guy named Micah, who, it's sort of hard to explain. Basically, they live in this world where all of their energy is created by thrums. And it's basically like, everybody has this nanotech technology system within them, and they like party all night long and make all this noise and create all this energy, and it powers the world. It's really confusing. It took me a little while to get into like what the world actually looked like and stuff, but basically Micah, which is the other character, he lives off the grid. Something happened to him, and I believe like his nanotech technology is no longer active, and so he sort of like is this sketchy guy that lives off the grid, and it's about them, and they meet and they have this relationship, and that's all the further I want to go because I don't want to give anything away. But I'm really excited to finish this one. It's pretty good so far, and I'm really enjoying it. And then the second NetGalley book is called The Casquette Girls, I think that's how you say it, by Alice Arden. And I don't know a lot about this book. The summary really doesn't tell you that much, but I believe that it is set in New Orleans and there's magic. So that's really all I know, but I'm excited to read this one too. Both of these books have really good reviews on Goodreads so far from the people who have gotten the chance to read them early. And like I said, they're both being released in November, so look out for them. I think that there are giveaways on Goodreads for both of these also, so definitely look into these. I'm really excited to read them. So the next few books that I want to talk about before I get to the buddy read books are all graphic novels, and I read my first ever graphic novel in October. If you watched my wrap up, you know that, and I wasn't really sure what I thought about it. I gave that one, which was Gotham Academy Volume 1, a 3-star rating, just because I'm not sure if it's really my favorite platform for reading, but I'm giving it a further chance. And so I picked up a few more graphic novels from my library. The first one, and one that you will probably not be surprised to hear that I'm reading, is Saga Volume 1. I know that this is one that everybody really likes, and so I just decided if I want to get into graphic novels, this is probably how I'm going to get into it. However, I read like the first few pages in the parking lot of the library because I was just so curious why everyone loved it, and the first sentence says shitting, and like the third page has a boob, so I don't know. I'm not really very offended by graphic content, but I just don't know if it's all gonna be like this, if I'm really gonna like it that much, but we'll see. I also have the second volume on hold that's just still in transit to my library right now, so I'm going to try to read both volumes 1 and 2 this month. Another graphic novel that I'm going to be reading this month is The Sculptor by Scott McCloud, and I've heard really great things about this book as well. This is a chunker, like so big, and all of the illustrations are in the blue tones. I don't know if you can see that very well, but basically I think this one is about a guy who makes a deal with death, and he gains the ability to sculpt anything with his bare hands, and the catch is that he only has like 200 days to live or something like that. And I think he falls in love, like he probably sculpts a girl and falls in love with her is what I'm guessing from the cover. So I'm excited to read this. I think that I'm going to enjoy it. It's just a little bit different than anything I've ever read before, and I'm seeing boobs in this one too, so we'll see. The final graphic novel that I am going to be reading is Lock and Key Volume 1, and this is by Joe Hill. This, I guess, is a little bit more of a creepy graphic novel. I don't know that much about it either, but I just heard a lot of people talking about it around Halloween, and so I didn't get to it this past month, so I would like to get to it this month, and I don't have this one yet either. It is also in transit from my library. My library has like 0 selection, but luckily we have like a bunch of other surrounding libraries that we can still get stuff from. So I think I'm probably gonna have to wait for most of my graphic novels because I looked again today and there's like literally nothing good on the shelves at my own personal library. Okay, so we can finally get into the buddy reads part of this, and this is the part that I'm most excited to tell you about because I am just feeling so thrilled and excited and privileged to be able to buddy read books with some of my favorite booktubers. So I just can't wait to tell you about these. The first one I'm going to be reading with Karen from A Simple Cup of Tea, and Karen is a pretty new booktuber as well. She reached out to me when I did my series I'm Embarrassed I Haven't Read Yet video. I'll link that down below if you want to check that out. But I have not read the Grisha trilogy, and neither has Karen. So she asked if I would like to buddy read it with her in the month of November, and we are going to be reading Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I'm so excited to finally get to read this series. This series has been everywhere since I started watching BookTube. Everybody loves it, everybody reads it, and I just have not yet. So me and Karen are gonna read it, and I can't wait to tell you what we think. I will link her channel down below so that you can check her out if you have not already. Please go support her, she's wonderful. The second buddy read that I'm going to be doing is with Trina from Between Chapters, and I reached out to Trina after I watched her most recent book or library haul, and she mentioned this book, and I had it on my TBR already for November and thought I would really like to read it with her and just get to know her a little bit better too. So we are going to be reading Walk on Earth a Stranger by Rae Carson. This is my first Rae Carson book. I've heard really great things about her writing. I've heard really great things about this book. It's about a girl who can sense gold, and this happens during the gold rush era, and I think it just follows her in her trek across America, and she has to act like a boy to keep herself safe in the process. So that's really all I know. I have no idea like what the plot line is really or what happens, but I'm just really excited, and I'm really excited to share this experience with Trina, so I will link her channel down below as well. The final buddy read that I'm going to be doing is with Grace from Grace with a Book in Her Face, and Grace has been one of my favorite YouTubers for the longest time. She is one of the first booktubers that I ever found when I became a booktube fanatic, so I've been watching her for quite a while. She is so wonderful. I just love her. I'm so excited that we've already gotten to talk and text a little bit, and it's just been a really great experience for me. So the book that we are going to be reading together is Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone, and this book is about a girl that struggles with OCD, and I think basically she hangs out with this group of people and kind of has to maintain this fake persona in order to like stay with the popular people, but she also meets this friend who she keeps a secret, and this friend introduces her to this group of people that she really starts to relate to, but I think it's basically that they're just not the popular crowd, and so the main character kind of keeps it hidden from everyone around her. And that's really all I know. I might be completely off about that. That's sort of just what I got from the synopsis, but I have a feeling this book goes a lot further and to a lot different places than just that storyline, especially with just seeing OCD, the disorder, written in a book. I'm really excited about that. I have heard that this book sort of sugarcoats the OCD disorder a little bit and gives it, like, views it from more of a like fluffy, glamorized perspective. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. I guess I'll see what my opinions are, but I'm just so excited to read this with Grace. I'm so excited to be reading all of these books, the 3 that I mentioned, with the 3 different booktubers. I will leave all of their channels down below, like I said, so you can check them out. I'm just so excited that I'm making friends in this community. It's just, if you're a booktuber and you have not reached out to anybody yet, do it. It's so awesome, and it's so rewarding to just get that response back from people and have them just be so genuine and willing to accept you and let you be a part of their life, and it's just amazing. I'm just so excited. So yes, I just can't wait. If you can't tell, I just can't stop talking about it. Yeah, just so excited. So that is it for my November TBR. I know that's a lot of books. I think it's like 15, but some of them are graphic novels, so hopefully I can get through them all. I am so excited about all of these picks for this month. It took me a really long time to decide what I was gonna read this month, just because my Goodreads list just keeps growing and growing and growing, and there's so many books that I wanna read, but I'm really happy with my choices and I can't wait to tell you what I think about them. Of course, you can follow me on Goodreads and see my reviews as I go along and see what my ratings for the different books are. I try to update it pretty much as soon as I finish the book, so you can see what I kind of thought at least. If you follow me on there, also follow my Twitter and my Instagram, and please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It means the world to me, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!